Huge story this week. I don't know if you saw the video that has gone very viral, but there is a comedian out in New York who basically ambushes Alec Baldwin as he's getting out of his SUV. And he is dressed from head to toe like Donald Trump. He is talking in the Donald Trump accent, and he is going up to Alec Baldwin, and he is just like giving him a really hard time, talking about like kiss the ring, and then he talks about how like Alec Baldwin had killed the woman. At some point, like, it started off really funny, and then I started to cringe a little bit, and I was like, oh god, where are we going with this? But this video has gone insanely viral. It's this comedian, his name is Jason Scoop, and guess what, Adam?
What's that?
We have Jason.
There
We're
he
gonna bring
is.
Jason in, and we're gonna talk to him about this whole video and how viral it's gone, and his reaction to all the love, and I'm assuming a lot of hate at the same time. What's up, Jason?
How are you guys? It's great to be with you.
Great to see you. You're not in the Trump costume, so we had to. Dax had to be like, "Is that the guy?" I was like, "Yeah, no, that really is Trump. That's the Trump impersonator." So obviously, Jason, your video became viral this past week of you dressed as Trump, kind of going after Alec Baldwin. And obviously, you're a comedian, and this is not the first time. You do a lot of cameos as Trump. You make a lot of viral videos as Donald Trump. First time you actually went Alec Baldwin, which I don't know how you make a video with Alec Baldwin and make him likable. How did he not kick your ass, Jason?
That's
I don't
funny.
know. For a moment there, I thought he was going to kick my ass. And I was trying to stay in character. It's a weird thing because I'm trying really hard to keep the lips up in the posture. But at the same time, in my head, I'm like, is he going to hit me? So that was because he got really in my face. He got really close. And yeah. So
So let me ask you this, dude. So obviously the video it's a crazy video. I mean, some people love it, some people hate it, and it's obviously we know what people like it and we know what people dislike it. It's an interesting video. It's very unique. It's
No, I want to know, Jason, why did you go into the death stuff? That was the part where I was like, because I was laughing. I was like, oh, this is really funny. Like him, because Alec Baldwin was made fun of Trump so much over the last 8 years, and then to see the script flipped made me laugh.
yeah.
But why did you go with the death angle? I think that's where I got a little like uncomfortable.
So, well, a lot of people are asking me over and over and over, do you think you crossed the line? Do you think you were inappropriate? I'm like, yes, of course I crossed the line. Of course I was inappropriate. And um, in regards to why did I take it so far, it's kind of like a runaway train. Once the first Alec, and when I'm in character, it's almost like Jason's gone and I'm basically like Trump takes over, And beforehand, I was thinking, I spent actually days because I was planning on doing this for days. And I was thinking, do I hit him with the kid gloves? Do I be like, your impression was trash and just keep it, PG, just bash the impression? Or do I go to the dark side? And, full disclosure, I support Trump. I voted for Trump. I'm not a fanatic. I'm not a lunatic, but I definitely am in that camp. And my fans, most of my fans, are in that camp. And I want to please my fans. And also, I just knew that if I went there, this was I was going to make an explosion. And I predicted that it would explode. And it exploded. And I kind of got what I wanted. But from a human standpoint, if I were to meet Alec Baldwin in person, I wouldn't say these things to him. I'm sure he's he's a nice enough guy. We both grew up in Long Island. He's in Massapequa. I grew up in Levittown, so we have that in common. He's a very talented actor. I don't hate Alec Baldwin, but in character, what I do with my fans, I know that's what the fans wanted. And yes, that I did not anticipate the tsunami of hate. A lot of love too, but a lot of hate. But hey,
tell me
that's the
about
name of the
tell
game.
me about what are you hearing from people online? What is the big reaction? Is there more hate or more love?
There's a lot of love. It's sort of the story of my life, literally since preschool. People either love me, I love Jason, or I don't like that kid. This is just a continuation of my entire life. The love is like, oh my God, you're the GOAT. Oh, thank God for you. Oh, my whole family. Shared this with my whole family. The hate is emails, DMs, kill yourself. you know, just everything, every word in the book, the A word, B word, C word, D, F word, G word, F, Z, every word in the book. I've been called every word in the book. And obviously, you know, that hurts your feelings a little bit. Obviously, a little bit. I'm a human. But then you see the next message, you're the GOAT! I love you! Let me know when you're performing live. I'll go anywhere to see you. So the self-esteem dips really, really, really deep down and then shoots up and then up and down and up and down and up and down.
So, Jason, when you make a video like this, it goes viral, and things start to change in your life. Obviously, you're getting the feedback from fans. Did you hear back at all from Trump's camp? Did they like the video, or did Trump reach out by any
So
chance
I
and
have
say, "Hey,
I have a lot of people in Trump world who follow me. His press secretary Caroline Levitt, she's a follower. She, you know, reaches out from time to time. Oh, I loved what you did, and this is going back like a year. She followed me for a year, way before she was press secretary. But this is sort of a little exclusive here. I was reached out, and I have to be careful because certain things are supposed to be secret or whatnot. But I was reached out to somebody very close to him, very close. I would say, actually, one of his best friends, and he does have best friends that aren't in politics, that aren't public. This is just a man who's really close with him, and he's trying to organize something to get me with the president.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
based on this, or just
It's based
because
on
you
this.
have
It's basically,
wow.
yeah.
That's interesting that they would want to connect you to after, because I know obviously Trump hates Alec. Alec hates Trump. There's a long-standing feud there, so it's interesting that this would be the thing to get you to meet the president.
Yeah.
So, Jason, was this something overall? Like, why would you? Was this a video just to make content? Were you just trying to get laughs or get clicks? Like, what was the thought process behind it? And then my other question is, are you doing this? I saw a video on you did this to De Niro recently on the streets. Have you done this to any other celebrities?
I got Whoopi Goldberg yesterday morning. I'll answer your question from the last to the first.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got Whoopi Goldberg yesterday, which was sort of a cluster F because
I love Whoopi. No, please don't tell me you pissed off
no,
Whoopi. Alec is like I mean, Whoopi's the
well,
best. But what do you do
I
to
actually
Whoopi?
love Whoopi too, but the Trump fans, obviously, as everyone knows, The View and the Trump supporters do not see eye to eye. And
Mhm.
I grew up on Whoopi Goldberg. I grew up on Sister Act 2. I grew up on Ghost, Rat Race. Even the more obscure one. I was a Whoopi fan, and I still am a Whoopi fan. However, I do think even the most ardent anti-Trump person can agree the women of the View are super duper 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 anti-Trump, and the fans want to see. You know, a lot of comments were, "Who are you going after next? The women of the View. The women of the View." So, but yesterday didn't exactly go as planned as the others went. The others went pretty damn good so far. I've had very good luck. You know, good camera angles, good optics of, you know, just in terms of audio and sound and the video. But I rode to the View on a city bike and I couldn't find a place to park it. And I was getting there, but, you know, I was getting close to the time where they were going to be leaving the building. So I said, F it, let me just go with the bike. And my camera guy was waiting for me. And so I'm there with the bicycle, and the security guy goes, "You can't have that here." So I'm like, "Okay." So I say, "Camera guy, you take my bike and go, and I'll just audio it. I'll do voiceover with, you know, whoever I get on
Yeah,
camera."
yeah.
So Whoopi comes out the building. I'm like, "Oh my gosh," but she was so far away, and I figured, okay, maybe I'll get Chelsea Handler coming out. She was the guest. But then Whoopi and her handler person, whoever walks her to her car, they start walking into the street and they're getting closer and closer. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to make a split second decision. And I run up and I just do voiceover. I'm like, Whoopi. And once again, I was nowhere near as scorched earth on her as I was like, I loved you in the 90s. I loved Rat Race. I loved Ghost. But what has happened to you? You've ruined the legacy of the show. And I was like, we can be friends again. I want to come on like I used to. I said, Barbara Walters is rolling in her grave. So I tried to be a lot nicer with Whoopi. And then she kind of came up to me. It was an awkward moment because she came up to me and I stepped back. And then she was like, no, I wanted to shake your hand. And then this big, bald security guy comes over. He's like, get the out of here. And he chased me away. So it was sort of that was more frantic. I'm not even sure if I'm actually going to post that one because I don't know. I might edit it down. I don't know. But I got Whoopi.
It's
Okay.
interesting, but she took the high road. She liked it. She shook your
I mean,
hand.
she was giving me the death stare, but like in a funny way, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would go after. Listen, Baldwin. I personally, I think you went a little too far with the death.
I
That's my
definitely went
feeling.
too far.
But
I
then,
admit I went too far. But hey, I got to answer
yeah,
your initial question. Was I going for laughs? Was I going for clicks? Was I going for views? I was going for all of the above. And I got,
I respect that you actually admit that.
oh yeah.
I respect that, like, you're actually honest about it. Because some people don't. No, I wasn't chase clicks. No, you're like, and I get it. And that's the world we live in today, and people just need to accept it. But Whoopi's the best, even though politically, you know, you might disagree. She's the sweetest
No,
person. But listen,
I do love Whoopi Goldberg. I openly admit I love Whoopi. Some of
I
my
hope
fans
this.
might not like to hear that, but I do in my heart. I love Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah. Well, listen, Jason. Where can people check out what's your Instagram, so I guess people keep following your content?
My Instagram is at Jason Scoop, SCOOP, like ice cream. At Jason Scoop Comedy on YouTube and TikTok. At Jason Scoop on X. And
Jason, I wish you the best.
thank
Good
you so
luck,
much.
if meeting Trump, and hopefully you get your ass kicked, because
Fingers crossed.
it's a dangerous world out
It
there to
really
live.
is.
All right, thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you, guys.